A little over 1,000 days ago, our adventure begun, all the way back in the UK. We have now hopped over from the Atlantic Ocean via the Panama Canal to the Pacific. And with our friends Martin, Stuart and Xander still on board, it was time to do some exploring.
Today we have rented this car and we are just heading to the Panama Canal Museum because obviously we couldn't stop and go in it the other day. So now we've arrived. You can see what all the fuss is about. There's an IMAX theatre. Apparently Morgan Freeman narrates it, so... Zach, are you excited for the Panama Canal Museum?
Stoked.
Do you think this is going to be as 3D as when we did it on one day?
Probably more.
Probably more 3D, nice. We can confirm that it was a bit less climactic and exciting just going to a platform where you can't see anything than it was going through the canal, but the movie was good.
The movie was good.
Yeah.
Did anyone learn any cool facts about the Panama Canal? Some of the bigger boats they now take through are almost, if you stood them up, they're almost the height of the Empire State Building.
Yeah, that's right. Like if they flooded the entire lake and that's where the water comes from.
Yeah, it was actually pretty sad at times. You kind of realise how destructive the process, like just bombing the land.
Died because of the,
how many people died? 20,000?
20,000.
I was going like that. Oh, I'll give it a go.
Yeah, it was tainted with sadness.
Outside of that, honey.
Pull off.
That'll hurt in the morning. We've come to Chora La Pora. Pora?
Chora La Poma.
Chora La Poma.
Choro.
Choro. Today?
Choro.
Oh. Oh. And we're just figuring out where to park. It took us a few hours to get here. What was it? Oh.
We're going to have to get out of the car because
He's saying go that way.
I think it'll be fine. Just
Yeah,
go
you
slowly.
want us to go that way?
Just walk that way.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what? Quick. Yeah, perfect.
That's it. Slowly, stop a sec. Keep going.
Yeah, you're great. Oh, give it some. Give it some.
No, it's alright, Come on. Alright. Go. Accelerate forward a bit. Roll backwards a little bit first, go backwards. He's going to hit this exhaust again. Yeah, it's alright. Whoa.
Stop.
Right, now forward. And just go.
Yeah, give it some.
Yeah, go on. There you are.
Good job.
Well done, Zach. Easy.
All in a day's adventure. look at this. Look at this plant that we flattened.
You should have had the shot from this end. The wheel came right off the ground.
Yeah, there's nothing to see here.
No, that was before.
Okay.
We didn't do that. Well done, Zach.
This is what happened to the last drive.
That's alright. We lose the exhaust?
No.
No, you just caught the end of the tailpipe.
Buenas.
some fresh spring onions.
Yeah? After a good swim. Nothing like a spring onion after a swim.
Much scrappier.
Yeah. Perfect. Gracias.
Smells beautiful. I don't know what we're going to make this, but we'll do something with it. It's about the freshest we get.
Come on, keep going, you've got loads. Zach, keep going. You go down the hill, you've got... That's it, go on. Now lock it over, Zach.
You got a stick? Oh.
Stop. Let's go again. Gently. Backward. Back a bit.
Go on.
Now try. Turn to the right slightly. This way.
I haven't laughed like that in a long time. Anyway, now it's time for something a little more wholesome.
Why's you on it?
Aww.
Yeah.
That's a nice fish magnet.
Lovely.
Okay, maybe I lied about the wholesome bit.
Oh wow.
Where are we today and what are we doing?
We are in the old town in Panama City, waiting for a walking tour that we're going to be doing around the old quarter.
Panama City was split, okay, in rich and poor, okay guys? So what this brings, also gentrification now, because a lot of humble Panamanians was living inside castles, because this city suffered a lot of accidental fires. Okay guys, imagine the fire of 1737 burned 90% of the city. 40 houses survived at 400 guys. This plaza, Herrera, where we met, was buildings that was burned down in 1781 and create an empty lot. When that plaza was an empty lot, they used it for bullfighting. Do you know who started the Canal of Panama? France. The reason that they failed, yellow fever and malaria. So they also used that plaza like a hospital. You know who hid here for a month? The pirate in the old city. He took like a fort for 1 month.
It's the only
Coca-Cola. The
non-Coca-Cola
building was built in 1865.
restaurant that's allowed to use Coca-Cola's name.
And they call it
apparently.
the
I don't know why
9
exactly they've given them permission. But
Really?
yeah,
Each
yeah.
window
Oh,
is
interesting.
9 inches. Pacific, Panama, Atlantic, white and black. That's what they sell here. The closest, everything is a mix. And you know what we celebrate in May? African Afro-Caribbean month. The African people come here in the 1500s with Spanish, and USA brought my people from Barbados, Trinidad, Tobago, Jamaica, Virgin Islands to build a canal. Look at the mix in Panama, bro. What I'm saying? Esa barba no hay. Ya sacaron, tomamos la pista, loco. Dale, bless.
What a tour of the city, full of history, culture and art. A world away from the desert islands and the sandblasts on the other side of the country.
Can you do a James Bond pose for me?
Yes.
James Bond pose.
Pose?
Pose, yeah. I want to see if we can find the video from that, because we'll recognise it from the movie, I think.
Soon, our friends' time in Panama was coming to a close, and Zach was waving them off at the airport, before hopping along to a marine store to grab some line.
Perfecto.
The price?
Gracias. Yeah.
Okay.
So somehow I've managed to lock myself out of the car, and I'm just waiting for the car rental place to come and drop the key off, but it's a bit of a rough area around here. There's some guy who's just laying in the middle of the road, so I'm waiting inside the store because, yeah, I don't really fancy having one of those days, but that was very stupid me leaving the key in the car. But thankfully it locked itself, so no one got in, but I can't get in.
Está golpeado.
Ah. Professional.
Sí. Yes, yes.
Oh, look disgusting. Thank you very much. Oh, that was a pain. I left the car for a minute or two and it just locked on me, which was rather annoying, but I'm on my way now, so it's all good. We got those lines in the store there because we need new Genoa sheet lines for our old head sail, and our new one from Kemp is getting our old sheets because they're a bit shorter, if that makes sense. I'll show you when we get back to the boat. But that's really good news because we pretty much got everything sorted for the sail. We haven't got any furling line holders for the stanchions, but it's not the end of the world because we've got too many on one side anyway, so we're going to take off half the ones from one side and put them on the other side. And when we get to a place where they're reasonable price, we can actually find some, because we found some the other day, but they were trying to charge us like $70 for each one. It's ridiculous, so we left that. But we'll find some at some point. It's not the end of the world if we've got slightly too little on one side, on both sides, but we'll make do for now. But yeah, got those sheets back there. The only problem is they only had white ones. I don't know, white lines on a boat always just get really dirty, so I think what we're going to do is probably dye them. So when we go to the shop in a minute, I'm going to try and find some dye or whatever to dye them like either a dark navy or a black or something like that, just because the white ones will look horrible after about a month and dirty. But hopefully we can find that. If we can't find it, we're going to make do again and just deal with it and put those ones on and make do with what we have, which isn't that bad. But there was a pretty good price in there. It was $1.10 per foot, so yeah. We're still limited by only having around 500 litres of water. So when friends and family are on board, we have to be in a marina or just really tight on water. However, just for reference, a marina like this is around $85 US a night. So we were quick to hop out of there as quick as we can.
First time anchoring in the Pacific, where we've got tides again. We've got about a 4-metre tide, almost 5 actually, 480 I think it is. Haven't had that since Europe. I'm gonna head out, go to the marina, go in the car. Do you have the car key?
Yeah.
Nice. Go in the car and head into town. There's a few shops we want to go to, a few errands, get some provisioning done, get a few buckets, just the normal stuff like that. Now in the city bit and downtown, and it's so built up,
So different to the suburbs around.
and it's so different than to anywhere we've been on the boat. I can't think of a comparable city. I mean, Cartagena was pretty built up, but this is on a whole nother level. We're now in Novi's, which is like a hardware store, and we're looking for a fabric dye to dye our lines because they're white, but so far it's been a bit tricky to find. This is kitty hair. Nice size.
Yeah, that'll do. We won't stay here for that long. Okay.
We always read Anchorage reviews, and whenever they
Not that bad though.
whenever they say Rolly,
People always do overreact in them. It's never as bad as people say it is. Not always, very rarely.
Which
There's
is
only one we've ever had to move out because it's been so bad.
what, Lanzarote?
Yeah, that's it.
And Fort de France wasn't great. Remember that one where the
Yeah,
the
we
taxi?
were very close to that bit though, weren't we?
Yeah.
But it still wasn't awful.
No, we need to passage prep the boat tonight before bed.
Yeah.
That water bottle cannot stay there. It might be a bit bumpy, but with the golden glow, it sure is beautiful.
Okay, so these sheets are going to go onto our old Genoa because they're pretty thick ones, but we weren't too sure about how strong these ones actually were. They seem as good as any other lines that we have on here, so we're going to still use these, but we're going to put them on the big old head sail that we've got, and then the new, or the slightly older grey ones we're going to put on our new sail because those ones are shorter. These ones are about 1 metre longer. Then I'm going to do the furling drum lines as well, and we'll be pretty much there with our new head sail. I've run both of the nice white sheets back, which probably won't stay white for very long, but I'm going to furl the old head sail now, and then before I furl the new one, I'm going to attach the furling line stanchion holders.
Wait, we have some of those?
We're going to take the ones off the preventer lines that we've got because they don't need them at the moment. It'll look a little bit messy along the like kind of walkways, but we're going to get some soon, hopefully. Alright, so after... Becca, when did we start this head sail project?
8 months ago?
A long time ago. It's really long. And we've finally just about finished it. Well, actually, I think we can say we finished it. We'll tweak it, I think, a little bit, but for all intents and purposes, this new head sail project is done. Thank you to the team at Kemp for helping us with all of this and the new sail. I can't wait to try this thing out, hopefully this week, if the wind's light enough as well, because you've got to, the first time you use it, you've got to use it in, how many knots? Under 20? Yeah, we've got to use it in under 20 just to break it in. What's that?
First few times just to wear it in.
Yeah, just to like wear it in and break it in properly. But I'll show you the new head sail in its entirety. So we've got the Genoa sheet that goes here, the furling line, everything like that is on here, the new winch that we installed in Aruba with our Easy C winch handle there. That's running down here. We need to tweak some of these a little bit because I've just put these because I couldn't find the right pulleys here, but that will do for the meantime. That runs all the way along here, along with both our Genoa sheets on the other side, down to our new Barton Genoa cars. We're not working with these guys at all, but this stuff fits our old IYE tracks that we've got on board here. Runs all the way along, up, keeps going, furling line keeps going down there as well, and then this is running to our older head sail, and the grey ones here, which follow that same track, are running to our brand new one. And yeah, finally done. There's a lot more going on up here with all these lines. We have thought of one thing. When we are sailing with the new sail, we're going to have to loosen up the sheets on the other side. I think there'll be a little bit of tweaking when we do this, because I don't know if it'd be better for us to be running them down onto the bow here and leaving them alone until we want to go downwind, but I don't know. We're going to have to tweak these a good bit, I think, over the next month or so, but pretty much there. But it looks beautiful. Look at it. Becky, you happy?
Ah, I'm so happy. Thanks, Zach, for installing that. Can't wait to sail with it. I am just editing the sandblast footage, and it's got me thinking about a lot. We both agree that looking back, we wish we could have spent longer there, but a friend of ours, when we were there, oh my gosh, the boat's going past and it sounds really close and it's so far. That's what I was saying before that guy rudely shook us up. We both agreed that we could have spent a long time in the sandblast, and it's interesting to think back to places we've been which we could have spent longer, because I'm finding it really hard to kind of articulate what I'm saying, but essentially you wonder how different your journey would look if you spent longer in a place. And obviously if you spend too long in a place, your journey's somewhat over, which also isn't an issue. We've said that for as long as we've had the channel, the goal is not necessarily circumnavigation. The goal is just to sail, and as long as we're happy, we keep sailing. I think that's a very nice, realistic goal. A lot of people we've met who are circumnavigating have this goal of completing the circuit and halfway through stop enjoying it and just are so focused on finishing that they start going faster, they start missing stuff. And for us, that's not the goal. If we circumnavigate, great. That's great. If we don't, also great. You know, we're just seeing how it goes along the way. Anyway, I do wonder, places like the Sandblast, you know, if we had spent a season there, how that would have looked. And we met a woman there who'd actually been there for 13 years in the same spot, and she was obviously really happy living that life. She had settled, and that was enough to make her fulfilled and happy. It's just interesting how, I don't know really where this is going. I just was thinking about it, and I wanted to kind of share my thoughts on the journey, how different people's journeys look. And I wonder whether there'll ever be a point where we're at that lady stage and she's like, you know what, I'm happy here for 13 years. I don't know. Obviously we're really early in our journey and we don't want to settle, we don't want to stop at all. That's not the goal at all, but it is just interesting to think into the future and to wonder when people feel satisfied with, I don't know, I'm struggling with words, but yeah, that's my little train of thought today. Editing the Sandblast footage, and obviously you would have seen that by now. If you haven't, I'll link it, but that was a really special place. Not that we would have stopped there, but it was almost special because we weren't stopped there for ages and ages. Is that it? Is that what I was trying to say? Maybe, I'm not sure.